go. Sorry to interrupt. We'll be only a moment. So today you guys are doing something that doesn't seem like that big a deal, right? It's easy to walk a mile. It's a beautiful day for a walk. How many people are walking barefoot today? How many people? That's really awesome. Those are some dirty streets. No offense to mothers. Woohoo! We'll be washing later. But you know what? The whole idea of taking our shoes off, for one, it is a symbol for each of us. The reason we decided to do the barefoot miles was it's hard for us to get our heads around starting, doing something that's in our control, especially when you start talking about issues as big as, you know, going all the way across to Africa and thinking about kids that are struggling with AIDS or people struggling with access to clean water. It seems so big that it kind of stops you in your tracks. No pun intended. But the idea of taking your shoes off allows each of us to understand what basic things we take for granted and what basic things we can give and how easy it is for us to make a difference in somebody else's life. When we started this process of our own personal walk a few years ago, we took an unexpected trip to Africa, not as because we were inspired by friends of ours, people that we respected, that were giving away something of theirs, a business, a technology company, and they went and they said, you know, we can help a hospital with the technology that we have. We can give it away. We went there to learn. And what we saw was not just seeing poverty for the first time, because we've been lucky in many ways to see the world and get to see people struggling with much less than we have in this country. But what we really saw as three guys was the fact that it's our peers that are struck with the issues of AIDS especially. And poverty just goes hand in hand with that. When you take somebody, a pregnant mother that has HIV, and she can't get access to clean water, she can't get an education, she doesn't have a job, the infrastructure around her is crumbling. The idea of saving your own life and your child's life from a disease is a second thought. You know, you just want to be able to eat. You want to be able to live daily. So we started last year with this idea, well, what if we could just, each of us do something together? Anybody can do this walk. And we'll give shoes. And last year, the goal was to start with Tom's shoes. Who's got a pair of Tom's? Anybody have Tom's? I know there's some hands. Okay. So Tom's is a great example for all of us because they started a business and they said, you know what, we can give shoes every time we sell a pair. And through walks all over the country, last year we did 48 walks. And through those walks, and through thousands of people like you guys, many of which walked here in Columbus a year ago, less than a year ago, we helped give thousands of shoes and helped Tom's reach their goal of 50,000 pairs of shoes. And that was because one person at a time was buying a pair of shoes, taking the walk. And in November of last year, we went and we literally put those shoes on kids' feet one at a time. And you know, that wasn't because of some grand thing. That was because of you guys showing up. So after, you know, doing those 48 last year and continuing the walks early this year, what we saw from you guys and from all of us talking about it was shoes are a phenomenal thing. We want to give shoes. We want to continue to do that. But we want you guys to realize that, you know, you don't have to do anything else except for show up today and walk this mile to be able to make a difference. We want to encourage you to buy 100 pairs of shoes. We want to encourage you to do more and more with your daily life. But the idea of walking in itself is a huge deal. So this tour and what we're doing now is a part of something called the Walk Around the World. The idea is that every one of you guys, as you finish this mile, you're going to count for 1 mile that's going to be counted in the Walk Around the World, 1 mile at a time. And we're going to give $1 for every one of you guys. When you register at the end of the mile, we're going to give $1 for you if you register your mile. And when you finish the walk, you can decide how you want this mile to count. You can decide how you want your feet to be used. There's, of course, Tom's shoes, which you guys can help provide a pair of shoes. You can help drill a clean water well. You can help build a school. You can help provide medicine for mothers with HIV in Africa. You can help provide access to that medication through a technology company called DocVia. But that's your choice. You guys will decide how you want your feet to be used today. You'll decide how you want your mile to be used. You'll decide what you're going to do after the walk. Because ultimately, we can only walk so many miles. It's you guys individually, each of us saying, you know what? I have an idea. I have something I can use. I have, you know, tools that I can use as weapons to make a difference. One thing that blows me away about you guys and about, you know, doing these walks is the fact that as many times as we do this, it's still hard to show up. It's still hard to come and do it. It takes commitment. It takes the decision to take your shoes off, get them a little dirty. People look at you like, wow, why are they doing that? But that's where it gets hard. You know, the little things are difficult. But what you guys may not realize, or what we may not think about, is how much more powerful we are as individuals, as a group of people coming of age, and my kids and the next generation are even more so. Their access to technology, the amount of phones and cameras around here, the way we interact with each other, the things that we buy. And so the question will become not whether we can convince large corporations or governments to do more with our money, which we should, but the real difference comes when we decide to internalize our commitment to making a difference as individuals. You know, you guys will all have jobs, you'll have influence over people, different people you will be around. You know, we're a band. This is our pulpit. This is where we live. This is our job. We're not going to become humanitarians full time. We got to do shows. But you know what? In the meantime, we can walk. In the meantime, we can talk to you guys. In the meantime, we can provide you with ideas. You are just like we are in the sense that you have people that you know, people that you influence, and you have ideas that will change the world. The whole idea of the walk is the fact that as we begin to take 1 mile at a time, you see these huge differences happen. And this tour, the idea is to get 24,902 miles. As of yesterday, I didn't actually get the final count, but we're at about 5,700 miles, 5,700 miles. That's a lot of miles, and we're just getting started on this tour. You guys are one step at a time, one walk at a time. This is one of the things that we're really excited about, is the idea that you guys can actually be the ones to take the lead on the walk next. Through TakeTheWalk.net, a site we set up, you guys can say, you know what, this is cool. I can get 10 of my friends. I can get 100 of my friends. I can do it on a campus like this. And you guys can host a walk of your own. And we will, through that site, give $1 for your walkers, just like we are today. And it's your decision to show up and take the walk. So, there you go. So we're going to finish this mile, but you know, as we're walking, I want to again encourage anybody that did take their shoes off to at least look down at your feet and ask yourself why you're not. And really remind yourself that these small things, these things that we forget about, really will make a difference. And you guys, all of us, this isn't about guilt, it's not about feeling bad about these things. It's about deciding to use what we can and do what we can every day. And thinking about the issues in Africa, you know what? If we only do things that we're obligated to and forced to deal with, I think that says something pretty scary about who we are. I think you guys are going to be the generation of people. I think we could be the generation of people that decides to take action in simple ways every day, and become a generation of action. Become a generation that's not so spoiled and so comfortable that we don't use the incredible opportunities that we have every day to reach other people and make a difference. So you guys are already doing it today, so thank you.